Hi there and welcome back. So hopefully you're eager now to find out what the DNA is and how to check it out of the perfect e-commerce product. Well, we're going to look at a couple of other sites that will show you things that are selling. And there's lots of tools out there, but most of you probably buy on Amazon even if you don't sell on there. And maybe we've got some eBay sellers on here too. Now, TikTok is a very different space. Mostly people buy what they want or what they need. If they want it fast, they're likely to be going to Amazon. If they just want it whenever it's going to arrive and they've been poodling around on eBay, it arrives when it arrives. Mostly, not everybody. Now, eBay is the go-to place because people expect to be able to use their Prime accounts and get it uber fast. That's probably because it's stopping them getting into trouble for forgetting an anniversary or a birthday or a whatever. Now, TikTok is a very different phenomenon. They have a lovely hashtag that says TikTok made me buy it. And funnily enough, I saw that on a bookshelf in a proper bookstore. However, what I'm going to do is take you into my personal sales account for eBay that we've been working on for the last few months now. And I'm going to show you a few of the tools that we have on there. So if you already sell on there, you probably already have these tools and probably haven't used them. So let's just flick over and have a look. Okay, so we have reports that show us great things if we're a seller and what's selling and how and where. But this research tool is a great space. It's by something called Terapeak, which eBay bought. Now, this will show you everything that is selling. How cool is that? It'll also show you everything that's on there and who's got it and how many sellers. Now, one of the tricks with selling on e-commerce is giving people what they want and need when they want and need it. And of course, getting it to them as quickly as you possibly can. So a prep center is amazing. So they're going to ship out as and when the orders come in at the speediest way of doing it. It's what they do all the time. If you're doing it yourself, you're going to have to emulate that and be uber fast because people just want it now. So let's just have a think. It's Halloween coming up, so right this minute, people may be searching for Halloween ideas. Now, depending on where in the world you are, this is going to be quite a big thing or an absolutely huge thing. So let's just do the search for Halloween in every category. Now, what we're going to get from here, I'm going to just share my screen with you, is we're going to see everything in the last 30 days. Actually, I think the last year is probably a good thing. But because what it'll do is it show us everything from last year as well. So we're quite early in the buying season for Halloween, unless people are collecting it all year to have an absolutely bumper Halloween event. So I can pick it over 2 years. And what that's going to give me is an appraisal of what and when and how over quite a decent period. So I have a proper idea. Now, some of these things are going to be put into Halloween and they really shouldn't be there. I haven't done this search yet. So let's just go and see what has actually come up. So it's currently just showing the last month. Let's just update it. And we don't need this. Now, I've picked the UK because that is where I am. You can change this to wherever you happen to be. And if you don't have an eBay selling site yourself, go and ask a friend who has, because Terapeak can be quite expensive, but the value is phenomenal. And I might even help you out if you ask me nicely. So here we go. It's showing me from this period here, so the 4th of October to the 3rd of October 2024. So I have 2 years of data here. Now I'm quite creative, so it's quite odd hearing me talk about systems and data and whatever, but you do need to have that in place to make sure that your products are going to be correct for your audience. Occasionally, you might strike it lucky, but if you don't have that skill set, who do you know that you can team up with and then work together to come up with the perfect combination of people? So let's just go down and see what the trends are. So everything from a penny to £1,659. Oh my gosh. Average postage price, 82% of the showing them as free postage. Now, hey, let's not make this what it isn't. Nothing is ever free. It is built into the price. And if that's how you're going to show it to your customer, then off you go. Having been to many eBay events with the people who run the business and the staff, free postage is what they're looking for. However, if they're returning an item, and no matter where you are in the world, there will be different things that you need to have in place, they are responsible for returning it and for costs. So just be aware, this is never free. Somebody is paying for it somewhere. So we have nearly 115,000 sellers selling Halloween. That tells me this is a bit of a huge niche, but it also tells me that we might have a bit of competition going on here. However, the audience is out there, and these are sold rather than active listings, and there is a difference. So let's have a look and see what it's going to tell me. As I said, there's going to be all sorts of things in here that you would never expect to rank for Halloween. However, you can see these sales. So strip lights seem to be a huge thing. Now, they're not just a Halloween thing. They're going to be an any event type thing. So this particular person in 2 years has done £314,000 in sales on that product. The price they're selling for is around the £15 mark. Do you think if you have something similar that there is an audience out there for that product? I think so. So let's just have a look down and see what else. We've got face paint, body paint. Not sure about surgical steel nose rings, but £14,000 worth of sales later at £1 a go. Oh my word, that's an awful lot of surgical steel nose rings. However, it's also an awful lot of work for something that sells at £1. So unless you're building a list of potential customers with that product, probably isn't somewhere I would suggest you go. So we've got a lot of fairy lights. We've got a few policy violations. Now, they're either listing products that are banned, products that are getting complaints, or they may not even be shipping them. So there's lots of reasons for a policy violation on here. So we've got skinny jeans. Bit weird for Halloween, but hey, some people do look scary in things now and again, and I'm sure I do too. So we've got all sorts of stuff going on through here. So we've got face paint again. That's a huge thing. People do like to dress up. But as you can see, there's a whole heap of things going on here and a lot of people selling a lot of product. So what I have this showing is numbers. So it's highest number of sold. If I'd done it just on item sales, now hopefully I'm going to get the highest rather than the lowest first. There we go. Then you can see a better view. But I personally wouldn't be going for the lower priced lines to do an awful lot of work. In my opinion, you are doing a lot of work for not a lot of return. So your time is valuable. Try and find products that have a realistic price range. Now, if we're selling on Amazon, I'm looking for around the £15 to £25 price range if I'm going to do volume. Obviously, if I want to do less volume and more ROI and more profit, I'm going to be looking at the 25 to 60. That's your second level stage of selling. So you've got entry level, second level, and high end. So you want to hit all three price points. Because even though we are in a space where money may be tight for some, it isn't for everybody. So you need to have a higher end product to give to those people who want, need, and can afford it now. If you don't put it out there, you're not going to get them. So having all three is a good space to be, but don't have your entry level as too low if you've got to do a lot of work for it. If it's a digital download, happy days. You've done the work once, you've put it out there, and you'll get the return without too much hassle. And you'll probably do an awful lot as well. But in terms of your mid-end, make sure you're aiming at a good return on investment and a good profit margin. And then don't forget your high end so that your customers have something to either aspire to or to buy now because money is not one of their objections. So this has given you a little bit of an idea of certain things that are selling, and you can always change what it is that you're looking for. So have a think of what it is that your audience want or need, and where you can put the three different price points to attract your audience with.